2005 Silverado. Customer complaint is the AC just goes on and off. Just will shut off for days and then it'll come back on. I got the computer hooked up to it. There's no really any related codes that I can find, but I did find something really interesting and I want to show you. It's actually saying 0 volts to the voltage for the actual control module. I'm in the HVAC control module and it's stating 0 volts, which is really weird. I was hitting this switch a while ago and it was just coming off and on its own. Like I would turn it on and it wouldn't come on and then it would. It was just acting really funny. And then the recirculating switch would kind of toggle back and forth. So I'm thinking why is this saying 0 volts? This should not say, we should have system voltage, right? So let me pull up a wiring diagram, see what exactly is going on. First, I'll show you real quick what it was doing. So if I start it up, so it's saying AC switch on. See how it's switching back and forth, on, off, and it's just off. Right there's the AC switch, that one right there. So why is it doing that? I mean, I know there's a cycle switch, but it's just, you know, right here, but it just says normal. This should be the AC switch. Why is it kicking on and off? Why? And you can see, I'll turn it on and it blinks. So something weird is going on here. I'm gonna have to check the power going to this HVAC module, make sure we got power. Let me pull a diagram. Okay, now let's just check the fuses. So let's check heater AC fuse. This is in the instrument panel fuse block. And the HVAC 1 fuse. Let's go check that. Okay, this is our HVAC 1, and that one also needs to be checked, heater AC. And it is these two right here. So take our test light. That one's good. And that one's good. All right. Let's see what else. We got to test the easiest thing first. Oh, you don't know how many times I didn't do that and it cost me so much time. The rest of the fuses are in the underhood fuse block. We have HVAC 10 amp. Don't need to check the blower. Ignition fuse. I know these are working because the clutch came on earlier and it just stayed on, but I'll check them anyway. AC compressor. Let's check these. Fuse 10. HVAC. Right there. Let me hook my test light up. Okay, got my test light. It seems to be working. I'm gonna pull it out and look at it. It looks fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just check all the fuses since they're right here. Alright, I'm gonna take this thing apart. Try to get to this HVAC module because I can't get past this 0 volts. Everything's acting crazy. I know there's not low pressure. The AC was just working a little while ago. All right, we'll start checking the wires. Okay, I'm checking the ground. It's pin A8. Looks like it's this one right here. And it is good. Now I'm going to check the powers. I'll switch my test light to battery negative. So when it finds a power B5, it's a brown wire, We got power there. 812 is our AC permission. I mean, the AC pressure is good. Everything checks out here. It's got power going to the module. All the powers and grounds are good. What am I missing? Is it a bad? I mean, there's no other reason. This thing's got to be bad. The only other thing I can do is see if it's class 2 data line getting a signal from the PCM. This is what sends the signal to the PCM, or from the PCM, to tell it to give it permission to turn on. So I hooked up to the data line and we have communication. So I'm going to unplug it and see if that wire's intact. Going back to the PCM, I might have to put the camera down. It's unplugged, so we still got a good signal. All right, here is the new / used module. And I'm going to take the old one out and switch them out. And hopefully this will fix it. Okay, got the new module in. See if this AC works. Well, it'll start. And is it on? What the heck? All right, now I'm aggravated. This module, I don't know. Now I'm starting to think it's PCM related. I just found a code that wasn't in there earlier. It is this code, battery 14 circuit, no voltage, last test failed. That kind of concerns me, so I'm going to check it out and try to run it down and see what the heck is going on, because that code wasn't in there before, so I would have had no clue that the PCM was missing that power feed. Everything else seemed to work. All right, so it's saying that request signal no, so let me start it up, and I'm hitting the button. It's just blinking. So it's saying no. The pressure's 98. Command is off. It's saying the recirculating switch is on, and it's not. 0 volts. Pressure cycle normal. Withheld. Air conditioning switch. I'm going to click it on. Oh, Lord. Alright. I'm over here and look at another Silverado. It's an 07. I'm going to see what the data PID should say on that. Okay, I'm in a 07 Silverado, and I know it's a little bit different from the 05, but when you turn on the air conditioner, it should say request signal yes. And if I turn it off, I'm getting ready to turn it off, and it should go to no. And the static voltage was about 1.2 when I first turned it on. See, and mine's about that. So I got the right pressure in the system. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so now I'm in the HVAC control module, and it says withheld on this one until you hit the button. So that withheld is coming from this module. And now it's saying yes, and it's working. I think there's another power feed that I might have missed. Yeah, I think there's another power feed on that HVAC control module. I mean, this one says normal. Mine says 0 volts. And see, battery voltage signal, 14 volts. And when you hit the button, now it says withheld. This is the one that's working. Did I miss a power feed? I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to recheck it, make sure I got all the powers to that module. I'm gonna have to check them with a voltmeter. I just checked them with a light, but I'm gonna have to recheck. All right, I took this Silverado over to my buddy's yesterday, and he has a Tech 2. Those of y'all don't know what that is, it's a GM scan tool from the factory. And you never believe it, his scan tool said that I had AC permission. What the heck? Has my scan tool been lying to me this whole time, causing this big issue? I got another scan tool. I'm gonna plug it up and see if it says the same thing. I've never had this issue, but let's see. So now, when it's working, granted, and it's showing the 13 volts. I can't believe this. It was the daggone scan tool the whole time. Why didn't I just use this scan tool? Thankfully, I can take that other module back. This is ridiculous. All right, now we got to figure out what's going on. It's saying that it's good on the computer side all the way to the relay. All right, now let's see if it's on. It's showing off. It is not working. Okay, I've been messing with this truck. I found out what is wrong finally. But let me just talk about this a second. I've really went down a rabbit hole here. How much of this was my fault? I'll take some of the blame, but I'm gonna blame a lot of it on my scan tool because it really messed me up. So I plugged another scan tool up, as you can see in the video, and it's giving me different readings. It's giving me the true readings because I compared it with the OEM scan tool. Now, even then, I wasn't sure what was going on, but once your AC module gives you permission, everything from what I understand, it should let you turn on the AC. Not in this case exactly. They could still be a fault and it can give you permission and still not turn on. Anyway, so let me explain. So right here, high side pressure is 350. That is way too much. That's why this AC will not kick on. This is on the PCM side. It's not in any of these. Misfire, engine. It's in the accelerator, electric, theft, data. But what don't make sense to me, and well, let me show you the fault. Here's the pressure switch, and these wires are broke. I just barely pulled on them, and they came apart. See, this one's all the way apart. So what's the crazy part is, why is it even given the HVAC controller permission when the pressure's too high? To me, it would only make sense to not give it permission. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna fix this wire, we're gonna fix this truck, and we're gonna flush this toilet. So let's do that. All right, guys, I had to put the camera down a while, but this has been crazy. So I finally got the pressure switch hooked up, and it still would not kick on. I didn't understand why in the world it wouldn't kick on. There was no reason. It just kept saying relay command off even when I turned it on, but it always said request yes. I have no idea. I had to unplug the computer. So it had some kind of logic lock in the computer, so I unplugged it, let it set for a minute, plugged it in, now it's working. Crazy stuff. I'm tired, I'm going home. I'm gonna solder them wires together. I just have them twisted together right now for testing purposes. Solder them up tomorrow. Okay, I've soldered these wires back together to the high pressure switch behind that loom and plugged it back up. And the battery's been unplugged all night, so hopefully it reset the computer really good. It's crazy how a computer reset made this thing work. So let's start it up. See if the AC works. I heard the compressor kick on. Let's go look at it. Yep, the compressor's running. We have AC. Can you believe it? What's the lesson learned from this? Don't trust your scan tool. That sent me down a rabbit hole. Always have 2 scan tools. You know, I had another one. I should have used it. That's on me. Anyway, I'm going to drive this thing a little bit, make sure it's fixed. I appreciate y'all watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If not, there may be some other videos I have that may help you fix a car. I don't know. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.